I'm Debra Chernoff from Buffalo Place. I've been working on our pedestrian mall for 20-something years. First the creation, and hopefully now the modification to better suit our downtown. Most of the activity in downtown is focused in the Main Street corridor. It has half of the square footage, it has half of the working population, it has half of the assessed value. When our pedestrian mall first opened and we had healthy retail, this area would have, on a nice summer day, 40,000 pedestrians a day. And most recently, I think we tracked around 30,000. So there are a lot of trips through here. Our train runs at peak hour every 10 minutes. Much of Main Street has over 1,000 pedestrians an hour, which is kind of thought of as a level that you would need to support fast food or a drugstore. So we do have a tremendous amount of pedestrian activity on our Main Street, more so than our others. Even though there's a lot of pedestrian traffic, it's spread on a 37-foot wide sidewalk on each side of the street, and it doesn't look like a lot of people, and people feel that it just isn't busy, it isn't active. And that makes people feel uncomfortable. The Main Street is the busiest street in our downtown. It has the most buildings, the most people, the most traffic, and it's really been injured by this idea of having a pedestrian transit mall with exclusive right-of-way for the train. So this project will allow us to have cars share the track bed with the train, because we like the train, but we just need more eyes on the street, more activity, more access to support downtown. I often feel that the people that are making this comment, they come downtown for an event, and it's fabulous. The street is open, there's room for pedestrians, the sun is shining because it's usually a nice day, and they wonder, why don't we do this all the time? It seems so successful. And the problem is you just can't sustain it. You just can't program life on your street so it feels comfortable for a random person every day of the week, most hours of the day. It's human nature to want to look and see. You want to go to a certain restaurant, well, you kind of want to drive by. Is it open? Does it look good? Then you'll pay to park. Then you'll walk in, as opposed to parking several blocks away and walking often through cold weather to get to the restaurant. It's something that people just don't seem as willing to do. The office economy is doing well. Office occupancy has slowly, steadily increased. Entertainment has done really well in downtown as well. But we've lost our retail sector, we've lost our storefront activity. When people talk about nothing going on in downtown, oh, I went down there and there's nothing going on, they're talking about retail, they're talking about the storefront. And we've come to believe we can't address storefront vacancy unless we can make it possible for people to drive down the street and find a place to park. They don't have to drive fast. They can follow a train. It can be congested. But it just needs to be open, and we need, and also Main Street needs the activity of the cars. There is development on adjacent streets, and it's kind of a symptom of Main Street not being suitable for development and occupancy and requiring change. We can't sell our space, our storefront space, to a business that is used to working on a street with automobile traffic. They don't understand this, and the fact that there are people on the sidewalk doesn't make them feel comfortable. They need to know about a traffic count in order to feel that an area is healthy enough for them to invest. We've done one block. It was a one-way street, and it was isolated because of the traffic pattern. It was built as part of the pedestrian mall. That was converted to two-way, and during the construction, every available storefront became occupied. And now we are in construction in our theater district, and the same situation is happening. We have a number of storefronts that are vacant, and they are in old buildings that haven't been improved, and they are in new buildings with brand new, never utilized storefronts. And I can think of 3 stores, well, restaurants actually, who will be occupying the space. So we believe that this is going to work. We started with mixed reactions. When the idea was first proposed, maybe 10 years ago, we started talking about it. But now at this point, it's a very rare building owner or tenant that is unhappy about the idea of adding cars back on Main Street. I think people accept that we need more vitality. We need different ways for people to get to Main Street. In the core of a downtown, congestion is hell. And a lot of people talk nostalgically about how we can make a park out of Main Street. But it just isn't appropriate to take your busiest, your most important street and convert it to a park. That's not going to give you economic health. You need to build on your strength, and your strength is your congestion, your occupancy, your activity, and that's why we want to add cars to add vitality to Main Street.